You've been a journeyman of many, many market cycles in many, many different markets. And the average listener of the Bankless podcast is, Gen X, Zoomer, younger folk, perhaps their first entrance really into finance. I know crypto was my first entrance into finance. And in the crypto world, we tend to get really caught up in the short term, right? We focus on the next 2 to 6 months. But as someone who's played in the markets for decades, what advice do you have for people who just haven't experienced as much as you've had in different financial markets? How can people just keep grounded, and what advice do you have for people playing in these markets in the long term?
I think that what they need to understand is, first of all, education, education, education. Why are you doing what you're doing? What do you think you're going to get out of it? Even if it is that you're chasing some hot meme coin or something like that. Okay, well, what's it going to take for your hot meme coin to fall out of favor? Because they always do, it seems like, at some point or another. Do you really understand some of the things that you're saying? Yesterday, Kim Kardashian was tweeting about Ethereum Max burned 400 trillion coins or something like that. And we were laughing. Does she know that Ethereum Max is not Ethereum? And does she understand what burning 400 trillion coins actually means?
I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. So just don't repeat these things that you hear other people say, but fully understand what you're doing. Expect a lot of volatility in new technologies. Whether it was, the digging of the canals in the early 19th century, to the internet, to what we're doing in crypto now, there is always wild booms and busts along the way. And there's always going to be some dark days. And I'll give you one quick example. Let's say it was 1999, and I came to you and I said, e-commerce is going to be the biggest thing you've ever seen. And he said, okay, great. What are the two big plays? Pets.com and Amazon. By late 2001, Pets.com went bankrupt and you lost 100% of your money. Amazon stock went from $100 to $6, and you lost 94% of your money in the other one. You would have said in late 01, well, I guess that e-commerce thing busted and it's not going to really work. Well, then Amazon went from 6 to 3,300 after that. And we all know what happened to e-commerce later. And by the way, we now have Chewy, which is what Pets.com was trying to be years earlier. So the other thing to keep in mind is that there is the concept that we've got this DeFi crypto world that's going to grow and grow and grow. And then we've got the protocols, because people have said to me, well, if it's so easy, everybody's going to make money. It's like, well, hold on a minute here. I might think that DeFi is going to be the biggest thing going. But I bought a bunch of pets.com and I bought a bunch of protocols that went to zero, because I think the majority of the protocols go to zero, but the ones that don't redefine everything. That's easy to say, and it's very hard to do. Yes, Uniswap looks like it's going to be one of the redefining protocols of our lifetime. So did Yahoo, and then Google came along after that. I'm not saying there's going to be son of Uniswap that's going to be better, but I don't know that there won't be either. So keep an open mind about this stuff and don't get married to these ideas that, that this coin or that coin or Matic is going to change the world, and that there's no scenario where it would never not change the world. Well, there will be someday as well too. There always is. So, I mean, that's kind of the best thing I could say is that, or as an old mentor of mine said, when it comes to investing, you always want to be a renter, not an owner. A renter means you'll be willing to get out of the position when things change because they change, and you're willing to get into the position when things change and make it more attractive as well too. And yes, you could be a renter over a longer period of time, not just a short-term speculator. But yeah, I believe in the DeFi space. I do think that a lot of the protocols will go away. Everybody thinks that. And I do think it's going to be a lot harder to pick those protocols that are going to be the giants in 10 years than it does like now, because a lot of those protocols that are going to be the giants in 10 years might not exist today. They might still be to come as well too, because it's very, very early days.